So welcome. We've got a great show for you tonight. Oh, so many wonderful people to talk to, and only 45 minutes to do it. I might have to write to the EU and ask for an extension. No, another mad week in politics. The government finally won a vote on the Brexit bill, but then lost one over the timetable. Aww. See, huge achievement followed by a crushing disappointment. It's a bit like if you got a knighthood, then found out Prince Andrew was presenting it. That's all. Hey, it looks like we're heading for an election. Everyone pumped about an election. Now, the smart money, is there any smart money? Said to have an election by Christmas. Oh, Christmas, that magical time when we all pretend miracles can happen thanks to an old man with a white beard that no one really believes in. Yeah. Good luck! And finally, America's been celebrating the first ever all-female spacewalk. Yay! Look at them. Thrilled with themselves, and rightly so. President Trump, forward as he, spoke to the astronauts in a phone call. And now, when he got some of his facts a little wrong, one of the female astronauts very gently corrected him. And, well, you know how much Trump loves it when women correct him. So, watch this clip. Can you see him sending a very subtle message to the female astronauts? So here they are, they're on the phone, they're chatting.
We don't want to take too much credit because there have been many other female spacewalkers before.
So she's correcting him there.
This is the first time that there have been two women.
Is he flicking the finger? He is! He's flicking the finger! So rude. Hey, let's get some guests on! Later, we'll be meeting Aquaman himself, the mighty Jason Momoa will be here! And we'll have music from Camila Cabello! But first, he's one of my favorite comedians, and he's back on the road with a new stand-up tour, Humanoid. Please welcome back Ross Noble! There he is! Hello! Humanoid. Very nice. Yeah, Humanoid. For nearly a decade, this British actress has ruled our TV screens as the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones. Now she's here to tell us about her new film, Last Christmas. It's Emilia Clarke, everybody! Woo! So you come in, there's Ross, Emilia.
Hello, Johnny.
And last year, this actress took home a Golden Globe and an Oscar for her moving performance in If Beale Street Could Talk. Now she's kicking butt as Sister Knight in Watchmen. Please welcome Regina King! Yay! Woo! So good to see you. Minutes is down.
Long time no see. I know, yes. It's been forever.
I love that your hair matches your suit.
Yes, I planned that.
Yeah, that is clever. Very clever. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Speaking of hair, there's going to be a lot of hair on this couch when the person gets here.
Actually, that is a lot. I mean, yes, yeah.
I mean, when he gets here, and I'm here as well, backstage, the hair ladies, their hands, they're just repetitive strain injury.
I have to say, the last time you were here, you were here to tell us about If Beale Street Could Talk, and then off you went, and we saw, honestly, I felt like a member of my family was winning an Oscar when I saw you up there winning your Oscar. Congratulations on your Oscar.
Thank you. All of it is such a blur in a lot of ways, you know? I just remember being there and thinking, even though I know the order of the awards, I'm like, this is happening now. I'm first up. Okay, we're first up. Okay. And I just looked at my mom like, ooh, it's happening. And that just, it's still surreal, and just, I felt so much love in that room.
Yeah.
I did. I really did.
Imagine being one of the other actresses who had to sit there as a loser for hours. Like, first up, it's great, but like, it's a long evening if you don't win.
Well, you know what? But then, you know, the pressure's off, and they do have a bar there.
Hello? Yeah. No one's a loser. But now, talking at the bar, you took your mother as a date, but she wasn't that interested in all the amazing parties and stuff.
No, we went to the Vanity Fair has a big party every year, and we went, and I'm just like, oh, my mom, she's gonna get to meet more of the actors and everyone here, and she's like, yeah, I don't know why you guys like this. I'm going home. And so the driver took her home, and then we went to Beyonce and Jay-Z's party.
Super fancy party. Now, did you see Emilia at that party?
But is that okay? That party is like amazing, right?
It was amazing. It's basically in a car park, but it's obviously been it's not a car park, but it essentially
power wash
is.
it. They
power
power
wash it,
Yeah.
and they cover it, make it look wonderful, and they say this is the last picture you'll take. As you go down that way, when you go down the stairs, they have a sign that says that, where you're like, oh, okay, no phones, no social media, no nothing, and then you get in and you're like, oh, that's why.
Well, that's why.
This is like hallowed ground.
Yes,
Yeah.
seriously.
Wow,
I did see Jason there. That's why I met Jason there.
Oh, Jason
Momoa.
Momoa.
Yeah, that Jason.
Okay.
The other one with the great hair.
Yeah. So Jason was there, but presumably you got to meet Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, so I did not expect to see them in, in the flesh. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was just like, oh my God, I'm invited. I don't know how this happened. They let us in. And then, yes, I was there, and Queen Bey came up to me and obviously looked at me like, oh, this is I'd like to talk to you. And I just did not respond in the way that I was thinking she thought that I might respond. As in, she obviously came up and was like, this will be cool. And I was like, oh, my God. Too many drinks in, started crying, didn't go out. I mean, like, literally eyes welling up, being like, I can't handle this, it's too intense.
But she is Queen Bey.
She handled it beautifully.
Yeah, she's so...
But also, I'm guessing, probably everyone she meets bursts into tears.
Probably.
She just thinks the whole
Seventh
world
of the
is
night.
just,
Yeah, here we go.
Just
Yeah.
hello there, I'm just... She probably just thinks the whole world's insane.
No, exactly.
We are
I'm not saying
insane
you're
for her.
insane.
Thank
it was
you.
the correct response. Crying in we've all cried in car parks.
We have all cried.
Actually, that is so true. We've all cried in a car park. Listen, we start tonight with Regina King's new TV show, Watchmen. It is terrific. It's out on Sky Atlantic on Mondays at 9 p.m. and on Now TV. And Watchmen, a lot of people are familiar with the graphic novels and the film, but this series introduces a whole bunch of new characters, and you're one of those.
A bunch of new characters. Damon Lindelof, who's the creator, he is very adamant about making sure everyone knows that this is not a sequel, it is not a remake. Dave Gibbons, who's a big supporter of the show, he calls it an extrapolation.
My goodness. We haven't had one of those before.
Yeah. I like that word, extrapolation. It sounds dangerous.
And dirty.
And dirty.
Let me get my extrapolation.
Let me get my
I'll be back in a minute. So, who are you in the show?
I play Sister Knight, Angela Abar. She is a police officer in the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and something tragic happened to the Oklahoma Police Department that forced them to have to police the city wearing a disguise so that people would not know that they are who the cops are. And my disguise is Sister Knight, and she's just a badass. And I don't have a cape. I have a cape skirt that just like billows.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you get, because you're creating this character, because the look wasn't in the novel or anything, so were you part of it, kind of going, what I like is?
Maybe a bit of that. We went through a lot of iterations of the costume before we landed.
Amazing.
It's wild, right?
Good, yeah.
Can I just say, I'm so excited for this show.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I bet it is.
Yeah, it's really good. But because this is... Like, is that you all the time, or do some days you go, I can't be bothered?
I'm just not going to show up. No, it is me.
I'll voice it later.
All the time, except for there's some scenes, some of the stunt scenes, the sequences are designed to just have my stunt double and I kind of come in and out effortlessly, because she's a gymnast and she can do like the cool flips and things like that. And I'll come in
But the fights
run and the fights, and she in some of the fights, I'm not landing on the ground yet. I'm not gonna do that. Don't have anything to prove. I'm 48.
I'm an Oscar. Yeah, you can break your neck. Yeah.
Do you get to say when the stunt double comes in, or do they... Or is it like just after lunch? Can you go on, do it now?
Sometimes I wish the stunt double could come in for some of the sex scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw your husband.
I know, but my husband is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to stunt double in there.
Abdul Mateen, look him up if you don't know, but someone who's going to join us on this couch knows him. Yeah.
Listen, we've got a clip. This is you as Angela explaining why the police have gone undercover.
Yes.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah. One of the great things about, you know, for stars is the support of friends and family. And one of your big supporters is your Uncle Willie.
Yeah.
No, I mean, does he do this for everything? Because he's really looking forward to watching it.
Yes!
Does he do this for every show?
For everything.
Amazing.
For everything. That's my Uncle Willie, man.
And you think that's nice of him to do that. No, he went further. He held, last Sunday, he held a special viewing party at where did he have it? He had it in...
It's a place called Game Time. My uncle is like the mayor. You know, if you need something, you go to Uncle Willie. And he's so proud of his nieces, my sister and I, and he just shouts it with his heart and with his voice all the time. And, you know, I wish everyone could have an Uncle Willie. And I think a lot of people have their version of Uncle Willie.
Well, Emilia Clarke's mother, I would say, is your Uncle Willie.
Your Uncle Willie?
Is Emilia's mom's here, is she?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sauce Mum.
Oh, they're sorry. Because the last time you were here, you were telling us that when you did the Han Solo movie...
Yeah.
Your mom went a bit overboard.
Well, yeah,
with
this is it. I mean,
merchandise.
Mum's here, she knows the story, but basically she came on set one day and it was the day that we were getting cyber scanned for the toys and all of that. There's a lot of merchandise for the Star Wars movie. And so I was busy doing that and wasn't looking at what she was doing. And she'd befriended the head of merchandising for all of Star Wars and was like, would you mind? Would it be all right? Is her face on anything cool? Can we get that? Can you get it? This is the address. Thank you so much. And then I was away.
And then this is Emilia's bedroom.
I swear, there's like only one of these things, and Mum got them made specifically for this. Mum was like, no. Oh dear.
But that's your mom. It's your mom's job to love everything you do. But you were saying how your friends don't even pretend.
No. Well, it started as like we can't afford to like stream the Game of Thrones on Sky. We don't have the money. We can't. Sorry, Emilia. And then it was like, yeah, we're going to try and illegally download it or whatever. And then it got to the point where it was like season 8, and I'm like, guys, I'm going to have a screening of the last episode, and they were like, so we have 7 3/4 seasons to like catch up this Sunday. Yeah. No, I think
But it's a little rude.
I mean, they do. No, some of them do, but just some of them don't really. I don't know. It's me. They're like, well, it's
Your friends are just sat there going, look at her pissing about on Dragon.
I know. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Because presumably, Ross, your daughters, they've been too young. Have they ever seen you do anything?
Yeah, they don't fully get what stand-up is.
But your daughters amuse you.
Yeah.
Is it your younger daughter who has the thing with the vowels?
Yes, the speech impediment.
Is it a speech impediment?
It sort of is. I mean, it's funny. I mean, we should get her checked out, but it's so funny. Not funny because we're laughing at her. It's just... So what she does, right, she mixes up the sound and or, and she says or instead of So, like, it's confusing. Like, if she's talking about how much she loves horses, then obviously people think she wants to be a funeral director because she says hearse instead of horse. No, but the best one. So we're in a restaurant and she's got this little plastic monkey, and I turned round to her and I just said, I'll carry him. Used the wrong gender pronoun, didn't I? I said him, and it's not a him. She said to me, in a restaurant, at the top of her voice, she went, Daddy, my monkey is a whore.
That's amazing.
But
I
then...
just went, don't say that. My monkey is a sex worker.
Very good. Hey, listen, we're moving on to Emilia Clarke's film. Emilia Clarke's film is called Last Christmas. It's out on the 15th of November. And it is a proper, full-on Christmas...
Christmas movie.
No, honestly, I went to see it. I came out and I was very surprised.
Where's the snow?
Where's the snow? Where are the lights?
Yeah.
And now, it's Last Christmas, and obviously there's
Yes.
a very famous Wham song, George Michael, Last Christmas.
Yep.
And it is actually based on that song.
Yeah, so it's written by Emma Thompson and Greg Weiss, her husband, and is based on the song. That's exactly right.
And but it's not just that. They've got the whole Wham, George Michael back up.
They do, yes. There's a lot of George Michael in the movie, and then also, as the credits roll, there is a, as of yet, unheard George Michael song that he wrote right before he died, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's just filled with lots of George Michael.
So tell us, who are you in this film?
So I play a young lady called Kate, who, when we find her, she's a little bit lost, confused and dazed and a bit drunk and a bit sort of sleeping around a bit and a bit just early 20s, no idea what she should be doing next, but kind of stuck in this rut of working in a Christmas shop that kind of started as a Saturday job, and now she's 365 days of the year there.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot.
And then she meets a man played by Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, she meets an insanely attractive man on the streets of London.
It can happen.
It is possible. It is possible, yes. So they meet, and he brings out a side of her that helps her kind of grow into someone who's a little bit less chaotic, and it's a very big story about acceptance, about self-acceptance, and that's one of the biggest journeys that she goes on.
Well, we've got a clip. This is you and Henry at the end of your first date.
Right.
Regina, I don't know if you've ever been on a London bus, but all the drivers are really patient like that.
Really?
They'll just let you finish your chat. They're not in a rush.
Especially at Christmas time.
Oh, Christmas time. The passenger's totally cool. They're talking.
Did you guys actually shoot that during the Christmas? Because you guys go all out with the decorations for Christmas. I love it. I was here this time, the year before last, and I was just like...
Yeah.
It was like New York 5th Avenue times 10.
Yeah.
I just... Because I love Christmas. love Christmas. So just watching that clip and seeing the lights in the back, I was like, they really shot that here.
But don't you do it? You're a bit of a freak. I mean, don't you have a big party every year?
Yeah, I'm a control enthusiast. And I have a tree trimming party, and
What is a tree trimming party?
Okay, so a tree trimming is when people come over and help you decorate your tree for Christmas. And
I had you with scissors.
Oh.
Potpourri.
Kind of, sometimes some of the, the branches are, you shape it up a little bit.
Yes.
So I send a picture to everyone invited of my color palette.
Oh, wow.
Because the
hair matching the suit is not an accident.
The price of entry is to bring a ornament. Just because it's, a piece of you here. But if the ornament doesn't go with my color palette, so I'm providing drinks, I'm providing food.
Does the ornament go, or does the friend go for life?
The friend has a chance to come back next Christmas.
Right.
But they take their ornament with them.
And you'll listen to Christmas carols, and you've got the whole thing.
Yes, but we listen to the soulful Christmas carols. Temptations Christmas carols.
Okay, like a party, yeah. And you were saying for filming this at Christmas time.
Yes.
But I don't, as a human being, I don't go to Covent Garden or Soho at Christmas.
Oh, goodness
so
me.
How did you do those outside scenes?
Well, it was really bonkers. Because the first month of filming, we shot reverse splits, which no one on my crew had ever heard of. You start at midnight and you finish at midday. You're perpetually in this kind of hangover state of like, I've just woken up and we're still here, and it's the light's just coming up. But it was in order to, because we're shooting at Christmas time in Covent Garden and Regent Street and the centre of London.
Yeah.
But when you start at midnight, the office parties are just leaving. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of drunk people wandering around the streets of London.
Did you ever have people like screaming your name in the middle of a take?
But it wasn't even that. It was more like, yeah, whatever. Like Like, they'd be repeating our lines, and then we were shooting in one of the arcades, and they'd just hang out the window and be like, "You're not very good." Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy Christmas. Or they would just be so drunk. I don't know if you ever had that drunk friend where you're like, get in the cab, it's time you went home, and they've like cemented to the pavement. They can't leave, and they're just sort of swaying a little bit. So we shot quite close to one of these clubs on the embankment, and literally it was this one shot, and we just had to get it, and the light was changing and all this stuff, and this guy was just like, nope, I'm not leaving. And we were like, we can't shoot it anywhere else, and he was just kind of like, didn't know where he was, trying to get a taxi. We had to change.
But people don't, like, you don't want people to find this out, but, like, because people get paid off. You know, like, if you get, like, a loud...
I don't know that we did that.
Oh, well, I better not say that, because that's...
Yeah.
If you want to make a bit of extra money, turn up when there's a... No.
This is so true. It is so true. You're giving away a terrible secret.
It's a terrible secret, but
no
if you
idea.
see, like, a film crew out and about, you just go...
You know what?
And they'll just go, look, here's some money, go away. Thank you very much. And then...
Maybe we did that.
I disagree with that. I think it depends on the producers and directors that you're working with. Yeah, 'cause I directed an episode of This Is Us that it was a Halloween episode.
Yeah.
And this one guy was doing it. He kept blasting his music in his house, and it was messing up the shot.
Sorry
so
about
you know
that.
what I did?
Sorry.
I moved that damn set down the street, and I was like, we are not paying him anything.
Yes.
We are shooting
That's America, right?
Try that shit over here. Oh, try that over here.
You can say shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. But now, talking of being abroad for Christmas, was it in Dublin where you discovered there's a Christmas tradition?
Yeah, there is, yeah. There's a shopping centre in Dublin where they put the Christmas scene out, put the nativity scene out, and then they add another character. I don't know if it's like... It must be like a Advent thing, surely. Another...
Yeah, they move. The wise men move.
Hey?
It's the nativity. They on different days of year. No, they actually, because then as the wise men are moving towards... It's a thing. Don't you
What?
love
So
it?
did they start down at Greg's, and then today they're at the other shop?
They're outside Argos.
Just passing pigeon cards.
Yeah, and I see, oh, so you moved... Is that...
It is. I'm going red now. I'm very embarrassed.
No, no.
My mum's here. She knows.
Yeah.
She definitely.
Yeah. There's no room for nativity figures. Her nativity will just be your full Star Wars thing. So shopping centre, and I'm walking through the shopping centre, you know, I'm on tour, I'm kind of bored, I'm just wandering around killing time, and I see this very sparse nativity scene, and I look in it, and the perspex finishes there. I think, right. So I go into a shop, and I bought... You know those shops that sell knickknacks for nanas? You know, they're like little figurines. So I bought a meerkat about that big, and he's sort of up like that, looking. And I sneaked it into the nativity scene. So there's there's the figures, and there's a meerkat, and he was looking like that.
You took a picture. We've got a picture of the thing.
There we
The meerkat looks far more invested in the whole thing than Joseph and Mary.
It really does.
I mean,
What's happening over here?
he didn't bring a gift, but I sat there. I must have sat there for about 2 hours, just watching people walking past, and just, well, what the hell's that meerkat doing there? And then at one point, the meerkat, because it was not very firm underfoot. At one point, the meerkat slowly started to lean towards Jesus, and I genuinely thought it was a Christmas miracle. The meerkat starts moving in like that, and it fell over. So I walked over to stand it up, and just as I put my hand in, the security guard saw me and he went, "Stop nicking the Christmas display!" I got chased out of the shopping centre, and I never got my meerkat back. So...
Ross Noble, everybody, is on tour, back on tour.
Yep.
The show is called Humanoid. Humanoid. It's humanoid.
Yeah, it's like humanoid. It's because it was like humanoid is a thing, and I went, human sounds a bit like humour, I'll call it humanoid, and I'll have like kind of a space theme, but of course it just sounds like the word hemorrhoid. And that's I've been doing all the press for it, and people are just going, why have you called your show the Hemorrhoid Show?
And it kicks off next spring. Tickets are on sale now, right?
Yes.
Yes. And it's, I guess, because you do so much improvisation,
Yeah.
and so much kind of happens on the night. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's become very fashionable now to have a stand-up show that's about a thing. But mine's not about a thing, and you won't learn anything, and it has no through line. It's just a couple of hours of me talking absolute bollocks.
Now, you did bring a clip, but there's an explanation.
Yeah.
There's a story behind the clip.
Because basically the clip is so long, trying to select a bit of my stand-up that doesn't rely on so many different bits. So this clip, which might not make any sense, is from a show a couple of weeks back. I've got this visually impaired fella that comes to the show a lot, right? And I was taking the mickey out of him because he always sits in the front row. He's visually impaired. Why? Why are you sitting in the front row? I asked him if he was like, could you see a little bit? No, completely blind, sit in the front row every time. And I said to him, I said, how many times have you seen the show? And he went, never. And
Good answer, in fairness.
yeah. So he sort of moved further back. So the last time he came to the show, he sat further back, and I didn't know it was him. And so I'm standing on stage, and you can sort of see people down the front, and there's lights and stuff. But then there's just this like weird red light coming from under the chairs, and it really freaked me out. I was thinking, what is the? And I'm sort of, I thought somebody got like some weird watch or something. And it turns out his guide dog has got like a LED collar on. So I'm taking the piss out of this flashing red light, and somebody else went, it's a guide dog. And the whole room just went, oh. And then, you got to double down on these things. So I suggested that his dog was possessed by the devil. And it was a demon dog. And I think that's where this clip picks up.
Here we go.
Oh, what a time to be visited by a demon dog. Off to run onto the stage and drag you to hell. And you're all sat there laughing, going, oh, we're having a great laugh tonight. And I'm just there slowly having a nervous breakdown going, the demon dog's coming closer. I mean, obviously, I would have probably realised it wasn't a demon dog as it approached the stage. Not just because I would have seen that the glowing red was just light and not its eyes, but also, traditionally, if you look back through famous paintings of visions of hell, demon dogs tend not to be followed by a blind man, just like walking behind.
Very good. Right, it's time for my next guest. He came to fame as Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones, and most recently, he's been riding the waves as Aquaman. Here to tell us about his new drama, See, it is Jason Momoa! Woo! Hey! Hello, sir.
Oh, hi, baby.
Hello, how are you? Lovely to see you. Come in, Regina, Jason.
I have so much love to give you from Alfred, from my wife.
Yeah.
There's
And
so
this
many
is
people.
Ross, Jason, Ross.
It's like looking in a mirror, bro.
It really is. Yeah.
This is the only
this
difference.
is what
What
it's...
is that here, my darling?
I didn't do anything.
No, it's all good. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat, have a seat.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, darling.
Okay.
Finally.
Reunited with your wife. Yes. It was like it was meant to be. But we now discover you know everybody. You've met Regina as well.
Yes.
Yes.
My wife.
Lily
and
Coy,
Alfred,
yes.
So many people say.
We have
love
6
you.
degrees
Yes,
going on.
yes.
So
Well,
many
also, you're
different
both in
ways.
the DC universe
We
now.
are now. Congratulations.
Thank
And you know Yaya?
Yeah, I know. I
Love him.
know. Yeah.
Oh, you know Yaya? It's amazing.
Is that a euphemism?
Really is.
And, of course, your lookalike is here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
That's a lot of
this
hair.
is essentially what you would look like if you were chopped off at the knees and never went to the gym.
Take this as a warning.
Could you imagine how annoyed you'd be on set? They went, you stunt doubles here. Really?
But now, Jason, Jason and Emilia, you have seen each other since Game of Thrones,
We
haven't you?
have. Yes.
Every time I come to England, I call Mike.
Oh, and in fact, I've just remembered. So, because this goes out, we're taping this on a Thursday, so
Yes.
This goes out tomorrow night.
Yes.
So, will you
Tomorrow night, so when we won't be here, we'll be at my party.
We'll be at her party.
Yeah.
Party? Yeah,
But
Emilia's
she's
having
not
one.
coming
Are
to
you
my
going to
party
Emilia's
tonight.
party?
She hasn't asked yet.
Do you
but
want to?
I'd love to come.
There we are.
Yeah,
Sorted.
as long as Jason
This
and
one's
I
here.
can swap clothes and I turn up first.
Sorted.
I think we can
Are
do
you
it
still
right
here
now.
tomorrow night?
I am not still here.
Will that fit?
You can do your job.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
There you go.
Ross is so happy.
You try and get that on. Oh, here we go.
It fits! Body double. Wait a minute. How does that fit you?
It's like too couture right here, buddy. You know what I mean? Look at this. I'm not sure if the fur's as wet as this coat is, but
It is hot up here.
it's a bit damp.
It's a-
But I'm all for it.
Well done. You're Aquaman. You can deal with damp.
Yeah. Moist.
Yeah.
That might be damp, but there's cat food in the pocket.
Right, Jason Momoa, your new series is C. It's one of the first programmes to run on the new Apple TV Plus, starting on the 1st of November. So tell us all, who are you, what's going on?
I play kind of what I did in Game of Thrones. He's a bit of a chieftain, except he's a father that's trying to protect his family. You know, we didn't quite make it there in Game of Thrones and have the baby.
Spiritually,
No.
we did.
Picture it like, yeah, spiritually we did, baby. But now it's gonna... You tried hard.
Mom's in the audience.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow.
So it can...
Uninvited to the party.
We just, we continue on where it's 20 years later, I have children who are 17, and I'm trying to protect them from the world that it's 600 years in the future, and we all have lost our vision, and so everyone is dealing off of senses, and there's different tribes, and there's about 2
And the
million...
population's been really strong.
Yes, down to like 2 million people, and the Earth survives, and we don't. And so it's me trying to keep... My 2 children are born with sight, and now it turns into trying to keep them alive.
Well, listen, we've got a clip. This is from C, and this is you leading your people into battle.
Ooh.
It is crazy now, and I guess it's because of Game of Thrones and things. The TV is so epic now. There's no sense of it being a television show.
Yeah. I mean, Apple put everything in. They invested big on this one, and they went to huge lengths to make this piece.
And now, after in the show, and as tonight, you're back with a beard, fully bearded, Jason Momoa.
Thank you.
Because you did lose your beard, and the world lost its mind momentarily.
Well, the plan, because I was going from C to Dune, and I had to fly straight to Jordan. I was like, I wanted to have her shave me to tell the world and talk about plastic, you know, about single-use plastics and how we need to stop, because I just know my children haven't seen my face. So it's an important moment to go like, all right, I'm gonna shave this. No better person to shave my beard than Emilia. We'll break the internet. And then Emilia couldn't do it because she had a thing, you know, and she was partying or something like that.
Emilia.
I was in Covent Garden pushing drunk people off my set.
We couldn't do it.
But you broke the internet without her.
We did by shaving her face, but yes, it was supposed to be a...
We've got a picture of you. You do look remarkable.
Sweet.
But wasn't this... But this is the thing where it was the same day as the Mueller report came out, and you were trending over the Mueller report.
She's messed up.
Yeah, that's a world turned upside down.
My children wanted the beard back, so did my wife. She's like, don't do that anymore.
Well, but at
I
least you
cut my
got a
hair
good
once,
chin.
and she's like, don't do that again.
But you've got a good chin.
Thank you.
Because some beards are on because they're hiding a tiny chin.
All right, Regina, I think we've heard enough. yak, yak. We've heard plenty from you tonight. Thank you very much. I'm teasing you. We must mention Aquaman, because Aquaman, that was the last time you were here, was to talk about, and that's gone on. I think it's the most successful DC film of all time now. It broke $1 billion, didn't it? Yeah. So I'm guessing some splish splash. Yeah. It's back, presumably.
Presumably, yes. We will be back. It'll be probably a year from now, but yeah.
Are there scripts? Because it seems like, you know.
I was very excited after this, and I wanted to. I spent some time writing with my partner, and we took it in and pitched it, and we're gonna be, you know, partnering up and. Yes. I'm just passionate about playing it, so.
I love that.
Ross Dunwell, also very big fan of...
such a... I can't even tell you.
You gonna be stunt double?
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah, if you need a bit of a dolphin trainer or something. I love it. Because here's my thing. With films, right? There is no film ever made that can't be improved with a man riding a shark. That's just fact. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Jaws, it's a good film, but if when that shark had come out of the water, a bloke had been on his back, it's already better. Aquaman, you go, bloke riding a shark, and then you go, oh, 2 blokes riding sharks, it's already got twice as good. 3 men riding sharks, I'm thinking, this can't go on. 4 men, 5 men, there's 100 men riding sharks. It doesn't get any better. And I've genuinely... I do have some questions, though. Can you tell me this, right?
Sorry, this is like you being stuck in a bar now, isn't it? It's Christmas, it's come and gone. Ross has just left the party.
Yeah, with a man who's stolen your coat.
It really is like a Christmas party. He's stolen your coat.
I've got your coat. I've got some questions. Because we know...
He does.
We know Aquaman, he's the greatest swimmer, right?
Okay.
And we know that because in Justice League, are you familiar? He's swimming in jeans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you even tried walking around in damp jeans?
No, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I'm Aquaman.
That's how good a swimmer he is, right? But here's my question, right? At the end of the film, Aquaman emerges. Why is he wearing shoes?
Oh, well, have you seen the shoes?
The big...
They go fantastic with the suit, though. I mean, seriously.
It's a whole look.
How can you not have a... I mean, seriously, bro.
Is it?
How can you not have fantastic shoes with your suit?
Incredible. They're incredible shoes, but I thought it might be... You know when you're on the beach and it's a bit pebbly? I thought it might be... I really want there to be a scene in Aquaman where you appear like that, out of the water, and you go, I am Aquaman. Oh, my feet. Ha! And then you turn around and you go, get me some shoes. And you go, that'll do. So, yeah. Shoes.
That's why there's room for Aquaman, too.
I'll do a bit of work on the script for you.
A flashback.
How are we going to explain the shoe? And also, in the second one...
Uh-oh, here we go.
No, I'm just saying. Because Aquaman's name...
Taxi for Noble. It's time for music. The singer's breakout hit in 2017, Havana, became the most streamed song ever by a solo female artist. Here performing her new single, Liar, it is Camila Cabello! Thank you very much. Oh, look, oh. I think we have a Game of Thrones...
Wait, I don't need this anymore. Hi, nice to meet you.
No, Emilia. Jason and Regina. Oh.
I'm sorry. I would just like to say, I am the biggest Game of Thrones fan in the entire world. And my heart, literally, there's a reason why I'm the only red wine on this table. And it's because I'm just freaking out. I've literally been talking... Everybody, I'm such a fan of everybody here, but I went through a Game of Thrones, like literally finished all 8 seasons in a month this year.
Wow.
Do you know
That's
how, like...
so impressive.
Would you like to stroke Jason Momoa's coat?
That's a good line. That's a good line.
You took the game out back, didn't you?
Well played.
Thank you so much.
But anyway...
Now, we should say Liar is out now, but the album Romance not out yet.
Nope, not out yet.
Is there a date? Soon.
There is not, but coming very soon.
Soon.
Yep. Soon is the date.
Yeah.
Fans love to hear that.
Yeah. I imagine approaching Christmas it might come out. I don't know why I think that. I don't want to.
Throw it out there in the
Listen, lovely to have you, and thank you for that stunning performance. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Give me a Cabello, everybody. That's nearly it. Before we go, just time for a visit to the big red chair. Who's there? Hello.
Hello.
Now, because I met you before the show, I know your name is Sinead.
Yes, it is. There you go.
Yes, I remembered that. I'm amazed as well, frankly. All right, Sinead, whereabouts in Ireland are you from?
So I'm from County Down.
It's nearly as good as New Zealand. It's nearly as good as New Zealand. County Down.
County Down.
It's in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Northern Ireland.
I wouldn't even try, Regina. Just let this story wash over you. Oh, okay.
All right.
Off you go, Sinead.
Thanks very much.
Pretty close to this thing.
So yes, I was going to America for a summer for a work placement, and I was having to find, obviously, somewhere to live. I was in New York, so New York being like London, very expensive. And the places I was finding were about 600, 700 pound. But then I came across this one place that was 99 quid for a month. And I thought, well, it's a bit cheap, but, you know, might be doable. I had my own room, you know, there was a bathroom. But at the end of the, advert, it said, lighthouse keeping duties. And I thought, oh, my God, would I be living in a lighthouse? That's actually pretty cool. So did some research, thought, you know, would I have to do some exams? Like, do you have to do a course to be a lighthouse keeper?
Oh, my God.
I got super excited, told my dad. He was super excited about it. My mum came over to read it. She goes, oh, Sinead, you wouldn't be a lighthouse keeper. It's not lighthouse keeping duties. It's light housekeeping duties.
That's sweet. That's cute. Follow some of it. Yeah. I'm glad that was. I thought that was going to be a much worse story. I thought you was going to have
It started out.
I thought
and
you was
was
going to
like,
have sex with the guy who lived in the house. And I thought lighthouse keeping. That's not a phrase I know, but it's just light housekeeping.
A delightful new euphemism.
Oh, you better keep this lighthouse. It sort of works, doesn't it? Yeah. OK, that really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to have a go to the red chair yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via our website at this very address. Please say a huge thank you to all of my guests. Camila Cabello! Ross Noble! Emilia Clarke! Jason Momoa! And Regina with singer Dua Lipa, Hollywood stars Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, and some great British acting nobility, Sir Ian McKellen and Dame Julie Andrews. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.